I'd like to introduce our first speaker tonight. He's a star of stage, screen, and television. He's currently developing a television show that NBC is already considering canceling after 3 episodes. Your friend and mine, Fred Goss.
That's funny.
It's funny because it's true.
Okay, so they had me doing cleanup, but I didn't write anything. So I was sitting in my car, jotting stuff down on my iPad like 10 minutes before I walked in here because I didn't. I looked back at our original roast, and we should have been arrested. So, what we thought was hilarious was so inappropriate and unfunny. Talking about I don't know. It's awful. I can't even. I thought, oh, maybe I can read this for old time's sake, and I'm like, no, I can't do it. I do have to say though that my gut reaction when I look at you guys after so much time, and I see you, and I wonder, do I look that fucking old?
Yes.
And I realized yes. That was a surprise. I thought they'd wheel you in. And... Surprise! Like 100? I thought there'd be oxygen involved. Times back in the day, Al could be cold and distant, sometimes moody, irrational. He could be prone to angry outbursts, childish abuses of power. What I didn't get it at the time. What I understand is he was preparing me for network executive.
But I'm not gay, okay?
I'm not. He was, in a way, he was doing the wax on wax. He's like Mr. Miyagi. I didn't get it until I actually entered the real world, and that actually is a true thing. And that's something that always stays with me about Al. Is it it was not, and this is not a joke. I mean, this is the thing that really was the most effective thing about you is that you, because I just went through this with my son. His drama teacher is an asshole. This guy loves himself, and it's all about him. And he's like, "Did you enjoy my Hamlet?" I don't give a fuck if it's your Hamlet. I don't care if it's your Hamlet. Let one of the kids do it.
There's 10 little kids over there.
Sorry. Sorry, children.
There's a one in a high chair.
Okay. Well, he's too young to understand the word.
They do have a door. They want to close the door, we'll close the door.
No, this guy doesn't get it.
It's all about the kids.
This guy doesn't get it.
Us all together.
And
40
Al,
years later, she's still keeping us all
Al,
together.
you got it. I mean, you got it. There are some that would say that you were like, well, you wanted to stand back. But the thing is, you prepared me for what I needed to do in my life. And because of the way that you taught, I was able to understand what's required. In order to get something done, you need to make sure it gets done. You need to make sure it gets done. And so from the casting to the blocking to the making the sets, that you put that on our shoulders, and it was burdensome and mind-blowing to a large degree. But it's exactly the way the world works. So it didn't need to be an Al Osburg. It was an Al Osburg production because you were right there with us. But you let us direct, and there's so many brilliant things that came out of that. When Pete directed Up the Down Staircase in our senior year, the biggest education you gave me, and it didn't ingratiate us a lot to the members of the drama department, but we took the Jory Bishop approach to, you said, cast the most popular people in school in the lead role. And we had the biggest banquet. We had the greatest senior banquet because everybody in the school came to see those people. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. So instead of doing it for 3 rows of our parents, the entire school Whitney and Andrew Littlefair.
Oh my God! I remember.
And I got a girlfriend for the year.
Well done there.
Oh my God, that was genius.
We didn't talk about it at all.
We weren't mad.
No.
I know. Who was popular?
Come on.
But
Oh yeah.
it was a good banquet. We were bucks up that year, so. I want to just one comment on, Bill made a joke about, becoming a musician, but he did prove that acting is the easiest thing to do in the world. Because he did it stoned out of his mind. Every turn.
I knew there was a problem.
70s.
Affects the memory. Affects the memory.
My time there, under your tutelage, I did God's Favorite, directed God's Favorite, I directed Harvey, I directed Pfeiffer's People. You let me do all those things. And I'm telling you, that is exactly the education. You gave me exactly the education I needed to become the director that I am today. And I can't thank you enough for that. I constantly think about you and what you gave me during that time. And I want you to know that it is not unappreciated. Absolutely. One quick note on, we have to also talk about our predecessors in the department too, like Annette and Jim Horn and Nelson. When I first saw, the first thing I ever saw when I was still trying to stay in the tennis team and before I got cut. I got cut, and I needed to fill a fourth period, so I lied and said I had acting credit so I could get into advanced acting. So I lied to you. And
Did it work?
Yeah, I got in. But the first thing I saw was No Nanette. I think it was either that or Your Good Man Charlie Brown. I think it was No Nanette. And I looked at you and Jim and Nelson and Dan and Don Marino and seeing you guys do Tea for Two, I was like, if I could just, I want to do that. I want to sing or dance because maybe if I can, someday I'll see Annette's boobs. But I can't sing or dance, so I never did.
The night is young.
That's all I got.